go over here.
Now.
Cut it out! No!
Right up in there. Is that him right there? Yeah, at the door. Friday was cool because there's not many people down here, you know? It's one reason I want to come Friday.
The white light in the sun? Yes, indeed. He's taking those undercover car, that's that Kurt Damron operation that builds a lot of the chassis you see in this class with the Chevy 454 motor. Tommy Blake, he's in the Winston lane, Lakeland, Florida. Older style chassis, about 10 years old or so. Tom Blake rockets the 3-beat, runs it out 892 at 159 miles an hour. Guys are down. Sure, don't have to be. Oh, this is good news. The big man, Rick Callahan. Went to the finals here in '93. Ed Richardson, Franklin, Florida. Ed, not Edmund. Yep. Your federal 3 against? Frank wasn't there.
Yeah.
He was, I wasn't. Yeah, Frank was. And the division champion out of Division 2 last year. Yeah, yes. I don't think we've had like only one light better than a 420. No, we had a 401 line super gas, but here in Supercomp, you're right, nowhere near a perfectly G Quinn Williston.
smoke. And racing here last Sunday was the entire Elvis Presley Enterprises entourage headed up by Priscilla Presley, who was scheduled to be here and is unable to return this weekend. So we'll see the Elvis car in Dallas. Bob Hoover signed for a couple more years, the pioneer in the right-hand lane, the Dodge Adventure, number 13 we qualified. First, 487 at a record speed here at 311. We'll see what Tony can do. Here's what the story is. Tony has not run that 48. That would be possible. He has run 4.923, and that would serve as a backup should he be able to run quicker than the current record of 4.889. That would be worth $50,000 from Slick 50. Tony Pedregon is the driver of the ride. It's all in the family, and if you're not close to the current lineup of NHRA funny car drivers, there are 3 brothers named Pedregon. They are all here, and at this point in time, I believe they're all qualified. All right, it'll be Cruz Pedregon, Reagan, and Shucks Automarks in Firebird, Orange, California, and actually it's from Kendall car on the left is in position. 311 miles an hour. Not quick enough to improve. He already run 496. That indicates that they are Tour Mustang to number 4. Dean Scusa remains number 9 with a 5:10. Shutting off early, and I will give a lot of credit there to Whit Bazemore. From our vantage point, looking right down the right lane, Whit on the left-hand side, left the starting line, the car moved over toward the center line very quickly. We thought it might break into tire smoke. It never did, but Whit had to wrestle it hard away from the center line. Finally did actually finish off toward the guardrail and the lights. Never lifted, ran 497, 312 miles an hour, and that's an excellent performance from inside the cockpit. We'll see if we can pick that out. Look up on the big screen on Whit's division. Let's see if we can actually play that. Now, Whit stay out there. This is a car that has run in the He runs 496 at only 272, something going wrong in the top end, but he qualifies very well. For Frank Pendergast, he moves around Tim Wilkerson into the number 12 spot. A run of 5:16, the speed down to only 2:53. He might have been able to skate around Al Hoffman, who ran 5:14. To take the number 11 spot had Frank been able to run full power. 5:16, 2:53. Well, it's time for Top Fuel, and we're going to switch our attention to the quickest accelerating race cars on planet Earth, on one of the quickest accelerating pieces of concrete and asphalt. A lot of speculation as to where we would end up today in terms of the overall low elapsed time, the overall speed. We've seen so many milestones here in Gainesville. Would this be another day where we see national record performance? Slick 50 has a check for $50,000 for any Top Fuel driver who can break the NHRA elapsed time record. Conditions would say that that's a possibility. That was a run that could well have contended for a low elapsed time, and that is Jim Head out there with his fire suit kind of around his waist. He was quickest on each of the two sessions on Friday at 4:60. And then we'll get a chance to look at that on our Winston Vision presented by GMC and Budweiser. It was Amato who did the big wheel stand last week, but look at the snap-on tool special on the far side. Here comes the front end, a foot, 2 feet, 3 feet, now 4 feet, and back to the ground, and it did not appear to suffer any significant front end damage. Amato with the blower belt off the Tenneco special is coasting at the lights. There were 2 runs that looked to be very promising early and resulted in a shutoff. In fact, look at the replay. We've got another replay. This is from way down track. Camera 6 is the camera probably 3,000 feet or so away from the starting line. Look at the far side. Really difficult to see. We'll get a word with Doug Herbert. Look at the front end climbing up into the air on Doug Herbert's car. We're looking at the wheel stand here on Winston Vision Instant Replay, and the guy who's got a better description than any of us is standing by with Alan Reinhardt.
Yeah, Dougie, how's your heartbeat?
You pretty much know it's working when that happens. The thing went out there was running really good, and I pulled on the brake to try and keep it from going up, but there was just no keeping it from going up. So luckily, I set it down halfway soft and just been there and up, so I got to.
Yeah, it looks like a flat tire, maybe one bit arm. Other than that, like the car's just fine.
The A-arms are small replaceable pieces of the front suspension that will allow the team to use the same car and just replace that one small piece or 2 small pieces. Had it come down any harder than that, they'd get into some more significant chassis repairs. Next up, the 5 at 466, 313.